everyone, I hope you all are doing great. Welcome back to the series Getting Things Done, wherein we have completed 4 days of our 21 days challenge. Now, this specific video is to help you in acing up your answer. So, I have promised that till the time I feel there are no improvements left or you all are perfectly ready, I will be sharing a set of videos for the purpose of developments, improvisations, expectations of the invigilator, etc. kind of stuff. So, starting with today's video, I have bought in a set of 10 things that have to be worked or focused upon. So, let's get started. First, the base invigilator will expect is see knowledge sabke paas hai because you all have read content. So the base invigilator is expecting from you all is to use proper keywords. Apart from keywords, because of the profession you have chosen or what you are doing right now, you are supposed to have knowledge of legal terminologies. Then multiple case laws are being taught to you by the institute. That, and the last is the sections. So these are like the base things that a invigilator is expecting you to write. So first, use sections, keywords, legal terms, maxims or jargons, and last case law. So section is what you get in your textbook or your specific act. Keywords are the new terminologies that you feel array this is important to be written. Say it is in industrial design, I will tell terms like ocular, visual, appealing, aesthetic. These are my keywords. When it comes to patent, I would tell innovative, invention. These will be my keywords. So you will have to identify based upon what you're reading what is your keyword. Case law, so I don't have to tell you what a case law is. Legal terms, maxims and jargons. Understand this. Say I have a term called suo moto. You saw this in your question paper also. Suo moto means it on its own, by its own. So you have to use something like suo moto. You have things like mutatis mutandis. You have mutatis mutandis is of the same kind, exactly same. Then you have pari passu, which means equally. So you have to use terms like suo moto, mutatis mutandis, pari passu. This is only an example, but you have multiple such terms. Please use those things. Now what happens is, few of them बहुत शिद्दत से you have read sections, terms, etc. But seldom do you actually underline. Like इतनी मेहनत करके पढ़ रहे तो उसको हाईलाइट भी तो करने की कोशिश करो. हाईलाइट एज इन डोंट यूज हाईलाइटर्स, आई मीन अंडरलाइनिंग विथ अ पेन और अ पेंसिल. डू नॉट कैरी हाईलाइटर्स टू द एग्जाम. नाउ एक इंसान है जो मेहनत करके पढ़ रहा है. द पर्सन हैज़ रिटन good amount of sections, good amount of legal terms, etc. But if you look at the answer sheet, completely blank. So please underline kariye because you have taken up efforts in memorizing those content. Knowledge is something that you have heard in the class and you have somehow grasped it in your mind. But unless and until you underline, how will an invigilator know अच्छा इसको ये पता है, ये पता है, ये पता है. So please, पहले if you have not used, तो use and underline. For those who have used but not underline, please focus on underlining part as well. Now what happens is, talking about underlining part, a lot of people, what do they feel कि मैं एक बार आंसर लिख लेता हूँ, एंड में वापस पढ़ के अंडरलाइनिंग करूँगा. डोंट डू दैट, यू विल नॉट गेट टाइम फॉर दैट. सी अभी से प्रैक्टिस जैसे डालोगे, यू विल डू इट टुवर्ड्स द एंड. बेटर टेक अ पेन, राइट. When you are writing certain things, your brain already knows what is important, what is not important. Underline it immediately. If you feel, ma'am, I want to swap between pens, etc., it will take time and flow to jar of the answer. So better underline with the pen that you are writing. Are we clear? You don't always have to swap between stuff and do it क्योंकि flow टूट सकता है. So better just do it in one single go, no problem. But ensure that you underline, and either with a pen or with a pencil depending on your comfort zone. Say if you're not comfortable with swapping, write with a blue pen because your margins are already black colored. So write with a blue pen, underline also with a blue pen. It will be easy for us to understand अच्छा ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है. ठीक है. Next, see if I give you, moving on to the second point, if I give you a A4 sheet filled with a one entire big question, And there is no interrelatability, there is no breakage of paras. So we understand the intention of paras as in when a para ends, it kind of denotes that new content is going to start. But what you all do generally is you write stuff in paragraphs. ऊपर का सेंटेंस कहीं ना कहीं कनेक्टेड है नीचे, फिर तुम लोग मिक्स कर रहे, एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग फाइन, अग्रीड. But if I give you same kind of thing जहाँ I am giving, say your institute materials, they are divided into big paragraphs. Do you actually feel interested in studying those things? वही अगर मैं उस चीज़ को पॉइंटर्स में डिवाइड करके दूँ, कहीं ना कहीं रिलेट हो सकता, अच्छा ये ऐसा पॉइंट है, वो वैसा पॉइंट है, एंड योर मेमोराइजेशन पार्ट इज रिड्यूसिंग टू ग्रेटर एक्सटेंट. क्यों? तुम लोग इंस्टीट्यूट के उसमें पॉइंट पैराग्राफ्स को पॉइंटर्स में पहले डिवाइड करते, देन यूल राइट नंबर ऑफ पॉइंट्स कितने एंड यू मेमोराइज इट अकॉर्डिंगली. बट इफ यू आउट राइटली write paragraphs, it will be very difficult for me. So please divide your content into pointers, not in paragraphs, please. Now pointers में कैसे लिखना है? Every question which is for 5 marks should have minimum 7 pointers. Please be careful about this. ठीक है? Next, use suitable title and subtitle. In your textbooks you have a lot of titles etc which are given. Ensure that you copy paste those titles and subtitles. Now subtitle is fine, title में सबसे पहले if you're writing an answer, divide it into proper headings, use proper headings and then write the titles and subtitles. Please, अगर if there is something which is specifically asked, say nature of intellectual property, ensure that you write the titles which are given in your textbook only, not the titles of your own choice. You can write the inner content with your own language, with your own wordings etc, but never the title should be in your own language. Next, maintain neat and clean handwriting. See, इसका एक example बताती. There is a person who in the first page is writing a very beautiful language, say a patent is a right. ठीक है, this is what you write in your first page, very neat and clean. As soon as you turn towards the second page, it just goes like, why are you writing a doctor's handwriting? फिर भी एक लेवल तक ये भी एक्सेप्टेबल है. थर्ड पेज ऑनवर्ड, ये पेटेंट है, मैं कैसे समझूँ? So please ensure that you maintain clean and neat handwriting, not only towards the first page but as far as possible towards the end. See, simple बात है, अगर towards the end 10-15 minutes है या towards the end of your papers, you will not be in a position to maintain handwriting, that we all also will understand. But अगर first page में you are writing something very beautiful and then towards the second and third page you are giving me a doctor's handwriting, how do you expect me to read, evaluate and answer or give pointers to your question? So please उस चीज़ पे भी ध्यान रखना कि whatever handwriting you're using towards the start, maintain it as far as possible. Towards the end 2-3 pages it is fine, तब भी doctor's handwriting नहीं लिखना है, but bearable, readable, legible handwriting लिखना है. So be careful about this. Next, maintain proper alignment. ये एक बात समझो. Say I have a paper, okay? This is my paper, so it has lines, ruled book, and in your exams you will be writing in a ruled paper. So this is your book. What people are do, general people, I'm not talking about you all who are doing answer writing practice, I'm telling general student mindset. This video is not only based upon your mistakes but also the general student mindset that I have been seeing since so many years. Now, maintain proper alignment. Say a person wrote introduction. अब they will start writing introduction from here, a say a patent etc. यहाँ पे ideally it should come to here ना, नहीं, they will start their answer and maintain it only here. ये तुम्हारी डिग्री एग्जाम नहीं है जो तुम ये सब हरकत कर रहे हो. In your degree exams also, एक level पे this is acceptable, this is not acceptable, a different thing. But being a professional exam, you can't waste so much of paper and write your actual content only in this part. How do you answer such questions then? In this margin of yours, यहाँ पे you should write the title introduction and from here write your pointers 1 2 3. नाउ ये एक समझो, अगर से मेरा थर्ड पॉइंट है जो यहाँ से ये पूरी लाइन लेके यहाँ आ रहा इज मूविंग टू द सेकेंड लाइन, प्लीज डोंट राइट इट फ्रॉम हियर, इंस्टेड राइट इट फ्रॉम हियर. तो ये जो स्पेस है ना, दिस स्पेस ऑफ योर्स विल शो मी कि अच्छा दिस स्पेसिफिक line or alignment is only for numerical, so it will be easy for the invigilator to identify stuff. So ensure कि if your sentence is going like this, first sentence हो गया, second sentence हो गया, the third point is starting into 2 lines, 1 and यहाँ पे leave some space and continue. So again fourth point will come into picture. ये एक line है मेरी. Are we clear? Next, don't use flowcharts. Of course there are certain exceptions. Every general rule general में has an exception. फ्लोचार्ट शुड नॉट बी यूज टूवर्ड्स द स्टार्ट, इट शुड बी यूज टूवर्ड्स द एंड. तो तुम लोग एंड में जब टाइम नहीं है, बिल्कुल ही टाइम नहीं है, अगर मैं डिटेल आंसर लिखूँ तब फ्लोचार्ट, अगर इफ़ यू आर नॉट यूजिंग फ्लोचार्ट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू कंप्लीट अदर आंसर्स, गो यूज फ्लोचार्ट. Getting something rather than zero is always better, but towards the start first fifth page only don't use flowcharts as far as possible. ठीक है. The next thing that you all are going to keep into mind, don't use the following. एक alignment भी हो गया, flowchart हो गई. Next, if say I have to write pointers and sub pointers, so don't use arrow, star mark, pointers. This is something we have a habit from degree to use such fancy things. You also use such arrows etc. Please ये सब मत use करना. Instead, then what can you use? You use 1 2 3 or A B C A B C. This set specifically I would not suggest. Reason, a lot of your sentences actually start with capital A. Say a patent is a right etc. तो वहाँ पे if you are writing point A, a patent, तो कहीं ना कहीं unless and until I go and read the second point I will not realize कि ये repetition है या ये पॉइंट है. तो इसीलिए आई विल सजेस्ट डोंट यूज दिस. आगे इट इज देर इज नो हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल विच इज गिवन बाय योर इंस्टीट्यूट दैट योर प्रेजेंटेशन शुड हैपन इन अ स्पेसिफिक मैनर ओनली. बट देन अंडरस्टैंड वी ऑल हैव दिस थिंग नो, एंड वी हैव ऑल्सो हर्ड दैट अ पर्सन्स व्हाट डू यू से, a person is judged in the first initial 5 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute etc. So it is not only in the manner you are appearing, it is also in the manner in which you behave, the etiquettes that you have, the manner in which you talk. You also have heard this, a book is judged by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover के अंदर पढ़ो and then judge. But a lot of people actually do it ना. Same समझो towards the first answer sheet itself. I have seen a lot of things कि भाई you have used flowchart, there is no proper alignment, you are using shabby language or a dirty language. डोंट यू थिंक एक नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑलरेडी मेरे माइंड पे आ चुका कि भाई फर्स्ट पेज ही ऐसा है तो लास्ट पेज कैसा होगा. सो ऑलवेज स्टार्ट योर आंसर इन अ बेस्ट ब्यूटिफुल प्रेजेंटेबल मैनर. स्टार्ट विद दोज ऑफकोर्स जहाँ पे तुमको सबसे ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस है, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम कॉन्फिडेंस आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दोज थिंग्स जहाँ पे प्रेजेंटेशन भी मैटर करता. Agree or not, presentation plays a key role. Unless and until you have a proper presentation, mere knowledge will not help in saving you. Exceptional scenarios are different, but if you don't want to fall in exceptional scenario or you don't want to give it a new try again in the next attempt, it is always ideally told that please follow proper presentation techniques. You don't have to go for the second attempt then. Next, a lot more presentation points are of course pending. I have felt the need of talking about these 10 points on priority, hence taking these up. Presentation pointers will keep coming through other videos. Please be focused on those. Next, do not copy question and answer sheet. Not everyone does it, but a few students actually tend to write the question first and then write the answer. You don't have to do all of those. The only thing that you have to do is say this is your answer sheet. तो यहाँ पे the left side of your answer, the margin should be reserved for questions. So you will write first answer and then you write your answer here. Also one specific thing, say first question has 4 sub questions. तो first answer करके A, B, C ऐसे मत लिखो. You write your A answer, B answer, सी आंसर. प्लीज़ ये फॉलो करो. डू नॉट डू दिस. नेक्स्ट, number pointers to be written after margin. You all also have this habit कि यहाँ पे 1 2 3 लिखे, यहाँ नहीं लिखना है. You have to write it inside the margin. And last, so I was talking about this part कि ये जो 1 2 3 लेफ्ट साइड आ रही मार्जिन के टूवर्ड्स दी लेफ्ट और दी मार्जिन, ये नहीं करना है. दिस इज योर राइट साइड ऑफ द मार्जिन, यहाँ पे करना. नेक्स्ट, draft your answer or content based upon marks of question. So how do we start our drafting, the base of drafting, etc., types of question, etc. These videos are separately being given to you. But एक simple चीज़ है कि अगर मेरा question है 2 marks का, then you are not supposed to write half page or 1 page answer. It should be minimalistic and what is being asked. But if it is a 5 marks question, then it should have been drafted in a proper detailed manner. For this specific thing कि कैसे आंसर प्रैक्टिस करते, कैसे आंसर स्टार्ट करते, you have a separate video which will be rolling out tomorrow. So please ensure to check that video and use these improvisations in your answer sheets. But before we go, take a screenshot of all these things. Reason, by the time we complete these series, there will be a lot of points that will be in your head. So it may happen that you forget a few points. Just for these to be handy, it is suggested that you take a picture so that अगर कुछ भी नहीं लगा, you can directly go and check your screenshots. So I have covered 1 to 5. Use and underline section, keywords, terms and case laws. Don't write in paragraphs, write in pointers. Use suitable title and subtitle and copy paste from what is given under textbook. Inner content of course is your wish. Next, maintain neat and clean handwriting. Don't write doctor's handwriting. Next, maintain proper alignment. Don't use flowcharts and other things. Next, rather than using points etc., you can use ABC. Do not copy questions in the answer sheet. Last, 8 9 10. Do not copy question and answer sheet. Pointers are to be written after margin, that is towards the right side of the margin, not the left. And after answers or content based upon marks of the question. Now, I hope you have taken the screenshots for all these 10 points. Keep these in mind and ये समझ जाओ कि if your answer is presented in a beautiful manner, तो भले, and this is something which is proven also, that towards the start, if I give you something which is not very nice, then by the end of it, you already lose hopes. So तुम्हारे start of the answer itself, I felt कि भाई ये खास नहीं है, content अच्छा है but presentation skills नहीं है. तो भले towards the end the concept was very beautiful or presentation came into picture, I have already lost the mindset. In fact, towards the start, if your concept is good and presentation is very beautiful, towards the end अगर concept ओकेश भी निकला तो कहीं ना कहीं you get better marks. I'm not telling कि ये general practice है, it may happen is what I'm trying to tell. So please focus on presentation. And the beautiful part is, for content, for concept clarity, knowledge etc., you have to actually spend a lot of time and put in a lot of efforts. But when it comes to presentation, you generally do not put in efforts apart from what you're doing. Say you're carrying out the answer writing practice daily. If you follow these points, you're good to go. अलग से हट के कुछ practice करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, कुछ बैठ के पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. कंसेप्ट एंड नॉलेज के लिए जितने टाइम एंड एफर्ट्स डालते हैं, उसका 50% भी अगर तुम लोग प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए डाल दिए, तो यू आर इन अ वेरी गुड पोजिशन. So please ensure that you comply with these and write your answer from the 5th session, that is for today's session, with these points in mind. Bye.